Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a bite-sized look at some information from the Linger website. What I want to do is spend some time, maybe a little bit each day, just kind of give you a look at their roadmap and look at any new tweets that come out. There's been quite a bit of activity, I'd say, recently on their Twitter here. So I'm on their main page. We're going to take a look at just a few things. And then later on, we'll start looking at the roadmap. So I just want to share some really interesting tweets. So this is from Jeff Keane. This is on their Twitter feed here. He says, from a team meeting, a female survivor work in progress model, which I believe is this one here. This looks really good. It's nice to see a female model. I've seen some old concept shots that they had of the female survivor. So this is nice if this is the direction they're taking it. It'll be nice to have the options when you make your character when you're starting out. Do you want to have the female survivor or the male survivor? And it's not a bad model at all. It'd be nice later on when we look at the roadmap to eventually see different clothing options and things that you can get for the male or the female, but this is a good start. Plus, to me, that also signals that at some point we might even see female zombies in the game, just to help liven up some of that, because right now we just see the same guy. Same guy. Another tweet they've got, some zombie variety improvements are coming. So here was a photo. They just took it like right off someone's monitor. Looks like it's some texture changes. And I think that's great. Because right now, every zombie's the same. At least it looks that way to me. Just the same shirt, same jeans. It's like, the army of Simon Cowell coming after you. So this will help break it up a little bit. Because my biggest thing, when people complain about the graphics, they have a lot of the models in place, but really when they say they're talking about like the textures and the variety of things. And they have some pretty good textures on their fixed objects, buildings and whatnot, but it's on the characters that we want to see some improvements. And so they've got a hair and stubble mask, a blood detail mask, and a tattered shirt mask. Just trying to read. I can't really read all that. But what's nice is that saying to me, as they randomly just spawn in the zombies, they'll be able to pull from a set of textures and just apply it to these different zombies. So as you run around, you'll see different zombies. So I think that's a step, really nice step in the right direction. So good that we'll have some variety soon. Almost looks like this one on the far left doesn't have a shirt, so it'll be nice to see varying states of decay on their clothing and on the zombie themselves. When I looked at some very early footage of their zombies, the faces looked more ghoul-like, and the zombies we have now look more human-like with just some blood. So that's kind of the way these look. They look kind of more human-like, but with various stages of blood. So it'll be interesting to see how they continue to develop their textures for zombies. So good job there. Really enjoy that. Then as I was clicking on stuff, I did find they had on their Twitter, like I guess also in their Twitter feed here. I didn't see this one at first, but they got, looks like a little animation of a zombie cow somehow. They got the horns and stuff, so they got the zombie dog, but I guess that's maybe a zombie bull. So that's interesting to see what other kind of animals they might come up with that would be creepy to encounter in the world. So zombie bull. All right, so some other things here on their Twitter, which was nice to see. This is from Richard Keene. Upper lower body works. They are refining some tools for the third person view weapon setup. So that's nice. I'm hoping that will help eliminate some of the, you're running through the world, you got your hatchet in your hand, and it is busy chopping into your head, you're stabbing yourself, the baseball bat's wonky all over. It'd be nice to, one that my son found he was playing, is if you're in third person and you jump and hold the control key down to roll, it doesn't even look like your character rolls. It's like the camera just spins around on itself. It's really weird. So it's nice to see that they're continuing to work on their third person model set. We've got here dedicated servers are a major focus for build 13. So it's nice to see that we're on the road to build 13. It'd be interesting to see if we have any mini releases up to that point, like a build 12A, 12B, and see what they release. and then see a major focus for build 13. And it almost looks like they're on a map for like one major build a month, so it's really picked up steam. So nice to see they're thinking about build 13. Well, they're always thinking about the next build, but nice to see something that might get in there. Now, what that means exactly for dedicated servers, we'll find out. Some thoughts for the future here. Another one from Jeff Keen. Corpse retrieval to get your items back after death will be the default difficulty. When we look in the roadmap, we will eventually get to a part where we're going to talk about their systems for like difficulty. It's a game system where you can make the game more difficult, less difficult, and cater to your play style. And that goes back to my thing about where I really support a game that has options. So you're not forced into one specific, here's the game, but one where you get to cater to what maybe you and your friends want to play. So the default difficulty setting is going to be corpse retrieval. Again, the details on that are coming, I'm sure. But if anybody has ever played like the old EverQuest game, that was a big thing. The corpse runs. You die somewhere and you have to get some of your friends to help you fight through all the creatures to get back to your corpse so you can pick up the items you dropped. Now, you can decide if that's even what you want to do, because if at the time that you die all you had on you was like a rotten pear, you might not care. But if you had that one hammer that was needed for your building your barricades, you might want to go do that corpse run. They did a dev days, emphasized how much we need workshop support. And I believe they're talking about the Steam. Okay, Steam has, for a lot of games, a workshop mode. If you're not too familiar with it, I know a game off the top of my head that has it is Arma 3. So if you go onto the Steam and you look at Arma 3, you're going to see workshop support. Skyrim has it. There's quite a few games with this workshop support. And what's really cool is this allows the community to make modifications for the game. So for example, my son is saying in Skyrim there's a mod where you can play a dragon. So what's very cool about this is this lets the user kind of again define how they want to play their game based on what other community members have created for it. It's just a great way to keep the game going. We could spend a lot of time on how important player created content is, but I'm telling you, some games like Arma 2 has a huge modding community. So even though Arma 3 is out, Arma 2 is still such a huge, vibrant game because people still continue to develop mods for it. So this is something I think that will set the Dead Linger apart from a lot of other games, is the fact that the player community is going to help shape it. And the thing is, it's all optional. So just because somebody does create a map or whatever doesn't mean you have to use it. But it's nice to say, hey, that's cool, let me throw that into my game. Let's see, they said they spend some time talking about death penalties, and then from there, that's kind of, I think, when they start talking about default setting and corpse retrieval and stuff. And the rest of these tweets are kind of old, so I encourage you, come onto their website, take a look at the tweets. Now, I'm not saying they update every day, but these last few tweets were within the last day, so they had some activity there. It's really good to see. So I thought I had me unfollowed, but yeah, come check out the tweets. If you have any comments about some of the things we've talked about, go ahead, share it. Let's get some discussion going. I really want the folks here at Sandswept to know that the community is talking about these things and we're seeing the things coming. And don't hesitate to come onto their website, go to the forums, and share your suggestions or things that you like or excited to see. That way, if they kind of know what the folks want to see next, they can start shaping that for their dev. And we'll talk about the roadmap. I already know that they have a lot of things planned, but this would be a good time for us to start discussing things on the roadmap, and then you can let them know, hey, could you put this in sooner than later, and kind of help shape where this is going. Obviously, because they have that roadmap, there are some things I'm sure they need and absolutely have to put in first. But when we talked about the, let's see here, need for workshop, they said that's probably coming sooner this year than originally planned. That means they do have to adapt to things that they see are important. So let them know what you want to see. That way they can say, you know what, there's a large cry in the community for this. Let's move that further up the roadmap than originally was planned. All right, so thank you for watching. Go to the website, check out their Twitter feeds, go to the forums, and let them know what you're thinking, what you want to see, and let them know how much you're enjoying the game. All right, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.